Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to talk about markers. A marker is a sound that either rewards or corrects a behavior. We're going to talk about reward markers in this video, and then we'll talk about correction markers in the next one. A reward marker rewards a behavior. It tells your dog, hey, great job, I like what you're doing, and a reward is on its way. The two different types of markers we use are yes and good. Yes tells your dog that they're getting rewarded for what they did. Yes! Sit. Yes! Good is what we call our keep going marker. Good tells your dog, I like what you're doing, keep doing it. Sit. Good. Patting down. Good. Good boy. The type of reward we use most often is food. So when you say yes, it's like telling your dog, hey, great job for doing that. You can come get the treat from me now. Remember, your dog isn't born inherently understanding markers. They don't know what yes or good means. This is something we have to teach. This is what we call charging, which means we're giving this neutral sound meaning and power by combining it with something your dog already finds rewarding, like food. So anytime you say yes, you're then going to give your dog a treat so that your dog develops a positive, pleasant association to the sound of that word. When a marker is fully charged, that means your dog has a strong, conditioned association to that sound. And just that sound alone of you saying yes will actually trigger dopamine and give your dog warm, happy feelings. And then this ultimately rewards your dog's behavior. So whatever behavior they were doing at the time you said yes, they're more likely to repeat that behavior again. If your dog was in one of our board and train programs, they've already been conditioned to markers, but this is still something that you have to maintain throughout your dog's life. If you never give your dog a treat after you say yes, they'll become desensitized to that sound, and that sound won't be as rewarding to them anymore. It's like charging a battery. Every time you say yes and then give a treat, the charge goes up. Every time you say yes and don't give a treat, the charge goes down. So we need to keep that battery, that marker fully charged by always giving our dog a reward after we say yes. Now, you might be thinking, well, yes is such a common word that I say all the time in conversation. Won't my dog get confused if they hear me saying yes throughout the day? Remember, dogs don't hear words, they hear sounds. So when you say yes, say it in a different tone of voice than your normal talking voice. Say it in a unique, distinct way so that it stands out. So say yes in an energetic, upbeat tone. So the way we say it is yes. It's also important that it sounds consistent. So make sure that the marker sound isn't changing all the time, because remember, dogs don't hear words, they hear sounds. So if one time you're saying yes, and then the next time you're saying yes, and then the next time you're saying yes, 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 all three of those were completely different sounds to our dog. So again, make sure it sounds consistent. Some trainers use these things called clickers. We don't generally use clickers because it's just one more thing you have to hold in your hand. However, clickers are nice because it always sounds the same. So this consistency really makes it clear to your dog, but you can just use your voice to mark. Just make sure that your tone is very unique and consistent. Now, you might be asking, why do we use markers? Why, if we're rewarding with a treat, why can't we just give our dog a treat? The answer is because markers help with timing. They help our dog connect their behavior with the reward. The closer your reward is to the desired behavior, the the more likely your dog will understand what they got rewarded for. So your reward should occur within less than 2 seconds of the targeted behavior. If your reward happens too late, your dog may think they're getting rewarded for something else, so they might try the incorrect behavior the next time. But if we reward precisely at the right moment, then our dog will make the right connection and they're more likely to repeat the behavior that we want. So when your dog does the behavior you want, you're going to say, yes! And then you have plenty of time to get the treat to them. Yes! You don't have to get the treat out really quickly. Yes! Yes! Good job. You have plenty of time to get the treat out. Just try to get it out within less than 5 seconds or so, because if you take too long, then they might forget what they're getting rewarded for. Molly. Yes! Yes! Good job, Mama. So here's an example of where a marker is essential. So let's say I'm training my dog to heel. So one of the ways we teach heeling is by holding food in our left hand, because we want our dog to heel on our left side. And then I'm going to reward Patton here when he's just walking next to me, but not bothering my hand. Patton, heel. Yes! So I have to use a marker here to let him know the way to get the reward is to be beside me, but not mouthing or bothering my hand trying to get the food out. Patton. Yes! 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 So I don't want to reward Patton when he's doing this. Yes! Yes! So by doing this, the behavior I'm rewarding is him walking next to me and not touching my hand. If you're just feeding your dog and you're not marking, there's a good chance that periodically along your walks, your dog's just gonna start bothering your hand because they've learned, oh, when I do that, I get fed. So this is where a marker really helps capture the right behavior, and it tells Patton exactly what he has to do to get the reward. Patton, heel. Yes! So if he does bother my hand, I don't do anything. Yes! Until he stops, and then I mark. Yes! And the mark means he's getting the food. Yes also functions like a release command. So when you say yes, it's okay for your dog to break from their position and get up and come get the treat from you. Down. Yes! Yes basically means, good job doing that, you can come get the treat from me now. Okay, so now let's talk about our good marker. So good is what we call our keep going marker. This tells your dog, keep doing what you're doing. Patting, down. Good. Good. This is how we add duration to behaviors. This is how we teach our dog to stay in a behavior or stay in a position for longer periods of time. Remember to have a different tone when you're using good versus using yes. So when we say good, we say it in a calmer tone of voice because we don't want our dog to get excited and break from their position. Whereas when you say yes, remember to use an energetic, upbeat tone because we actually want our dog to get excited when they hear that, and it's okay if they break from their position. So if you're working on stability, adding duration to a behavior like sit or down, don't use yes because they're likely to break from the position. Use good, tells them, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Patting, down. Good. Yes! Remember, with yes, you should always give your dog a treat after. However, with good, that's not important. It's okay to say good and not give your dog a treat sometimes. Patting, down. Good. Good boy. Because we don't need our dog to be super motivated and excited by the word good. Good mainly means keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Okay, so now that we've gone over the difference between the two different reward markers, it's important to note that there are certain behaviors we don't want to reward with yes, because we don't want our dog to get super amped up and excited. This is something your trainer will go over with you more in the lessons, but just note that it can be counterproductive to reward with yes for certain things. And that's it for reward markers. Make sure to watch the next video on correction markers, where we'll teach you how to charge the word no to stop your dog from doing unwanted behaviors.
Okay, Freak, here's your buddy.